Goes by Oldham, can't go by Jabor Johnson. Here's Barnes now. Not a hardware. Good turn from Oldham. Oh, I felt Arnett Gardens really missed. By the way, the last time Arnett Gardens scored 3 goals in the Premier League, it's against Humberlion. And the last time Tivoli Gardens actually conceded 3 goals at home was in November of last year. In Arnett Gardens, I don't think they would have thought that they would be leading by 3-0 at the halftime break. But they are. Here's Stephen Shaw. On to Teddy Johnson. And his first time pass on the left-hand side to try and pick out Andre Moulton. Wasn't the best, but Moulton does well inside the area. And then booted out by Neil. And Tivoli Gardens again just didn't have enough bodies in the box. I don't think they had any to that ball coming inside. And throw in here to be taken by Hugh Evans. A long one. And here's a chance. There's an appeal for a handled ball inside the box. No, says referee Kevin Morrison. I think most of it came from the supporters. And Nicholas Martin gives it away to Tevin Shaw. And here Shaw goes by one, was trying to get off an early shot and goes behind. And it's a goal kick for the Arnett Gardens team. And Jermaine Johnson is having a few words with referee Kevin Morrison. As play resumes. Turnover, so Arnett Gardens now just guilty of gifting possession back to their opponents. And this one is gifted back to them. It's almost a bad gift on Christmas. There's a long throw. Barrington Price cuts it out. And here again is Andre Moulton, who has certainly been playing deeper maybe since the last 10 or so minutes of the first half. That time Colorado Murray just, his mind was going faster than his right foot. Here's a chance to get this one into the box. Trayvon Reed backed in for it. Delano Barnes gets to it first. A good turn here. A chance for Trayvon Reed is a whistle. And there's a free kick in a very dangerous position for Tivoli Gardens. And Jermaine Teddy Johnson immediately takes the ball in hand. And standing over this one, Jermaine Teddy Johnson. So let's see what they will do with this one, Tivoli Gardens. At first they'll have to spot it. And Arnett Gardens, they're setting up a wall almost as big as the buildings behind the field. So Tivoli Gardens with a perfect opportunity to test goalkeeper Damian Hyatt. There's a 4-man wall set up now. And Hyatt just trying to ensure that it is in the right place. This is just maybe a little bit close to get it up and over. Trayvon Reed is there. Jermaine Johnson is there. You might very much think that seniority might trump youth here. It's Trayvon Reed. And it's blocked. He was going towards goal. Here's Campbell. And it was cut out by Lennox Russell. So a position that offered so much, delivered so little for Tivoli Gardens. Here's Stephen Shaw. Now to Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson getting a goal in his last game. There's the ball inside the area. Heads go up. Damien Hyatt comes out. The ball will now be picked up. Hyatt just taking his time here, some time wasting tactics. The Arnett Gardens goalkeeper. Here's Williamson. Back to Price. Back to Williamson. Now it's with Hugh Evans. Got it to Andre Moulton. Possession given up. Russell gets by one. Here's Lennox Russell inside to Jameel Hardware, who is taken down. No whistle on the play. So Tivoli Gardens, they come away with it. Gives up possession again. Here's the Ricardo Oldham. Now to Jameel Hardware. Dispossessed again by Tevin Shaw. Jermaine Johnson gives up possession. Here's Oldham again. Now to Reed. With Barnes. Reed. Back to Jamar Martin. Now to Oldham. All the way back now to Ramon McGregor. And Tivoli Gardens again just holding their shape in their own half. And Jamar Martin plays this one over the top. Goalkeeper Watkins comes early and gets to it. Here's a long pass that is cut out by Jabor Johnson. Now Tevin Shaw. To Campbell. Back to Shaw. A lovely ball over the top. Here's a chance! It's cleared off the line. It was a pretty decisive touch from goalkeeper Damien Hyatt, but then the Arnett Gardens defenders had to do the mop-up work. So Tivoli Gardens, the only thing they haven't done in the second half just yet is to put the ball in the back of the net. And Johnson gives up possession. Here's Jamar Martin. That's gone up for a throw-in for Tivoli Gardens. Here's Barrington Price. Now to Evans. Ball over the top. Jermaine Teddy Johnson didn't get to it. And it's shielded by McGregor to goalkeeper Hyatt. Here's Jamar Martin. Possession almost given away. Now to Oldham. Now to Russell. Handled that ball. Lennox Russell. Hugh Evans. That one gave him the slip. Now Arnett Gardens with a throw in here. Ball inside. Jameel Hardware dispossessed. And Martin is trying to get it back into a dangerous area. Now it is Neil. Gives his marker the run around. It's Fabian Reed. Good turn from Fabian Reed. And dispossessed. Trayvon Reed now. Now here's Tevin Shaw. Back to Shaw. So trying to get it to Colorado Murray. Here's Delarna Barnes. Not a lot of options in front of him, Delarna Barnes. It's Fabian Reed. Enough to calm things down again for Arnett Gardens. Now gone back into their defense where they can pass it around because Tivoli Gardens, they're not coming forward. And I think this is the disappointing part for Tivoli Gardens. There's not a lot of pressure on the Arnett Gardens defenders. Here's Jabor Johnson trying to find Nicholas Martin, the scorer of the third goal for Arnett. And there's a hold up here because there's a substitution. So Trayvon Reed will be taken out. And Trayvon Reed, the number 11. I don't know if you're seeing his number just yet. Trayvon Reed slowly making his way off. And coming on now as the number 7, who is Junior McGregor. So Junior McGregor replaces Trayvon Reed. The Tivoli Gardens looking to inject more life in this game. Junior McGregor is a pretty pacey, skillful player. He'll have to defend here. It's a decent ball across. Campbell cuts it up before it got to Fabian Reed. And Arnett Gardens with another corner kick. And Junior McGregor it's pretty deadly from free kick in and around the goal area. Lennox Russell just taking his own sweet little time to get across to take this corner kick. Arnett Gardens with 5 players in the box. Themselves getting a substitute ready. Arnett Gardens. I don't think they will make the substitution before this corner kick though. Here's Lennox Russell. Next one towards the back post, headed out by Barrington Price. Can Neil get to it? No, he won't get to it. Well, he did get to it, but only managed to put it further out. As Barrington Price, Arnett Gardens waiting to make their first substitution. A good move from Neil. If it is that I was supposed to pick a player of the game thus far, I would definitely think about Neil. Even though he hasn't scored just yet, but it was his creativity that really set up the second goal for Fabian Reed. Was also involved in the third goal as well. So hasn't scored a goal just yet, but has played his part. Zelana Barnes gives up possession. Here is Junior McGregor looking for options. And at that time, Andre Moulton was one. Dispossessed though. Here is McGregor once more. Has gone in the middle of the park, Junior McGregor. And he's holding on to the ball. Not sure that is what Tivoli Gardens want. And here's Ricardo Oldham to Barnes. And good defensive work by Barrington Price to keep out Nicholas Martin. Here again is Andre Moulton. Not to you, Evans. To Colorado Murray. Now Tevin Shaw. Love the ball over the top. Finds Andre Moulton once more. Moulton whips it inside. Jamar Martin cuts it out. Throw in for Tivoli Gardens. Arnett Gardens, they are to make their substitution now. So Nicholas Martin, who scored the third goal for the Junglists. Arnett Gardens, number 45, he's been taken out. And he's been replaced by number 34, who is Ronaldo Cephas, who is a prolific goal scorer at the high school level here in Jamaica. Here's Jermaine Johnson, who turns and And a snap shot. So Arnaldo Cephas actually played for Charlie Smith, the high school team that Jerome Wade coaches. Jerome Wade being the coach here of Arnett Gardens. Getting exposure in the Premier League, the National Premier League here. So Arnett Gardens again just giving the young players an opportunity. I have Joanne Hines. Here's Junior McGregor. With all those theatrics was dispossessed in the end. Here's Fabian Reed. Lays it off to Zelarna Barnes, who plays it all the way back to Damian Hyatt. Hyatt puts it upfield. Fabian Reed. And Reed, I'm not sure what Fabian Reed was trying there, because Arnaldo Cephas and made a run on the right-hand side, but he was wide almost on the flank. That pass was into no one really. Here's Stephen Shaw. No to Campbell. No to Williamson. Campbell. Williamson. Chipped over the top. That's a lovely ball. And had he maintained his footing there, Colorado Murray, it could have been in. Here's another beautiful ball played by Jamil Hardware to Ronaldo Cephas. Cephas drives it towards goal. That was a pretty decent stop. Here's Hardware once more, trying to give McGregor the runaround. Still Jamil Hardware. Lays it back now to Neil, who goes all the way back to Jabor Johnson. And now it's with Ramon McGregor. Arnett Gardens in between their passing. They've had a couple of attacks. It's trying just to maintain possession. I did see this in the first half as well. Arnett Gardens, they started slowly, but as the game went on, this one is put out by Damian Hyatt. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure it's not for the Tivoli Gardens substitution, because there will be one. So Jermaine Johnson will come out. To be fair, he hasn't had the best of games tonight. So Johnson comes out, and he's replaced now by Radika Wellington. Played here at Tivoli Gardens. Left was at Marvel Uenden when they were in the Premier League, and went to Waterhouse and back to Tivoli Gardens. Radika Wellington, here he is, gets his first touch. There's another ball trying to pick out Campbell. Zelarna Barnes got to it, and it's a throw now to Arnett Gardens. So Tivoli Gardens, they've made 2 or 3 substitutions. They've brought on Junior McGregor in place of Trevon Reed, and they've taken out Jermaine Johnson, and they've brought in Radika Wellington. Arnett Gardens with 1 substitution. They've taken out the man who scored the 3rd goal, Nicholas Martin, and they've inserted Ronaldo Cephas. Here's Radika Wellington, and Hugh Evans just couldn't get to that one. Throw in here for Arnett Gardens, and even the throw-ins, Tivoli Gardens, they're not quick to close down Arnett Gardens players. Here's a long one. Here's the ball now, a shot taken, well wide of the mark from Colorado Murray. Goalkeeper Damien Hyatt was, to be fair to him, has done well when he was called upon. There was one that hit the crossbar, and he made a brilliant save in the second half. As Alana Barnes misses this one. Here's Radika Wellington, stripped of possession. Jabor Johnson gets in a clearance, comes all the way back now to Jamar Martin. And he's trying to pick out the substitute, Ronaldo Cephas, who does well. And Cephas, oh, that one went out. Has space, Ronaldo Cephas. And he has shown that he has a pretty decent strike on him as well. That shot that was parried by goalkeeper Watkins. So here is Lennox Russell, not to Jamil Hardware. And then Hardware strike. Comes off the midriff of Williamson. Here's Alarna Barnes. And no whistle on the play there. And the whistle comes now. And there's a free kick for Tivoli Gardens, a late challenge there on Williamson. Arnett Gardens just want to calm things down. They continue to hold a 3-goal advantage. There's Tevin Shaw, who has probably been the best player for Tivoli Gardens on the night so far. There's a lovely ball. Can Cephas keep it in? He can. Here's Ronaldo Cephas. Goes inside a couple of step overs. Just maybe lost his footing there. Tivoli Gardens again just taking a long time to clear their lines. Here's Ricardo Oldham being manhandled. Goes down under the challenge, and there's a whistle on the play. And a free kick here for the Arnett Gardens team. So Colorado Murray and Andre Moulton coming into this game, you would expect that a lot of the attacking thrust from Tivoli Gardens will come through them. Here's Arnett Gardens though. Is Neil. Has been involved in at least 2 or 3 goals. Is involved here. A goal kick. So we're approaching the last 20 minutes of this contest. 20 minutes of which Arnett Gardens will look to see out. 20 minutes of which Tivoli Gardens will be looking to get 3 goals at least. Here's the ball played inside. They could require more. And the pass was weak from Jamil Hardware. Here's Fabian Reed. Hardware gives up possession. Neil almost getting it back. And Watkins. Neil is down in the penalty area, by the way. Referee Kevin Marsa hasn't seen him. Play goes on. And Kevin Marson and Tivoli Gardens, they don't have to stop the game. Here's a free kick for Tivoli Gardens. Maybe no. Neil will get some attention. Kevin Marson now sees him. And he sees him when he's getting up. He's out of shot, by the way. Lamar Reed. Lamar Neal, sorry. And you wonder if it's a situation where he knows that is coming to that time. Arnett Gardens to make another substitution. It looks as if they're going to take out Jamil Hardware. They are, and coming in, the former Glenmuir High standout. And played in the USL as well as Paul Wilson. Number 10. He played for Portmore United. Then went overseas, played in the United Soccer League in the United States. Came back, was at Cavalier SC. And now he's at Arnett Gardens. Has had his injury problems. Here's Lennox Russell. Inside, Tevin Shaw gets it. Now it's with Andre Moulton, and the deflection was very kind to goalkeeper Damien Hyatt. He's taking his time now as Arnett Gardens reset. Tivoli Gardens not allowing him to roll the ball out. Throw in here for the away team. Team in full white tonight. They're taking their time to take this throw in. It's Fabian Reed who's going over to take it. So both teams have made 2 substitutions. And another whistle on the play. Tivoli Gardens will have their chance. Here's Williamson now. Plays it to Radhika Wellington, one of the substitutes for Tivoli Gardens in the second half. And then Colorado Murray goes down under the challenge and gets the foul for his team. Murray takes it quickly to Williamson. Now to Tevin Shaw. Campbell. This one headed on. And Andre Moulton being wrestled off possession here. Rather, it's Colorado Murray with Ramon McGregor. Jabor Johnson puts this one up for a throw-in. Simpson. And Tevin Shaw. This one played over the top, headed up by McGregor. Zelana Barnes will get control of it and then gives it back to Tivoli Gardens. So Arnett Gardens under some amount of pressure now. They've dealt with it fairly well so far. There's a lovely ball. Hugh Evans made the run into the box. A turn here. Here's Junior McGregor, who tees it up and puts it behind for a goal kick. A decent spell of play there for Tivoli Gardens. Then Junior McGregor was very impatient, and his shot was wayward, to say the least. It's Damien Hyatt now. This one kept in. Possession given up. There's a throw-in for Tivoli Gardens. It goes all the way back to Price. Now to Tevin Shaw. Over the top again, looking for Andre Moulton, who plays it inside dangerously. And the Arnett Gardens defenders, I'm not sure what they were thinking, but didn't deal with it initially. Here's Tivoli Gardens once more. This one put back inside. Danger not yet cleared. It's with Moulton, gets by one, still Andre Moulton. It's Moulton, his shot was blocked just in time. After all that, Tivoli Gardens, all they will get from it is a corner kick. Ramon McGregor is down in the box, by the way. So McGregor being attended to now. Don't think there's any serious harm. But he's really taking his time to get up. So once again, Arnett Gardens, they lead by 3 goals to 0. The opening goal scored on minute 25. And it was scored by Lennox Russell. A right-footed thunderbolt that nestled into the right-hand corner of the goal. The lead was doubled on minute 30 by Fabian Reed as Arnett Gardens makes another substitution. They've gone with Reniki Anderson. And this one inside the area, not dealt with. So Coach Jerome Wade is trying to shore up his defense. So Reniki Anderson comes in. And a free kick here for Tivoli Gardens, and Junior McGregor will be queuing up for this one. It's to be Neil who came out. Here's Junior McGregor, and it was cut out by Jabor Johnson. And looks as if Neil was taken out and replaced by Reniki Anderson, the number 15. It's an attacker for a defender. It tells you the thinking of the coach just now. Here's a love the ball inside. Hyatt comes and punches. Radika Wellington controls and trying to put it back. Hyatt calls and collects. And now tries to release his team downfield quickly. Cephas giving chase. Cephas wins the race against Hugh Evans. It's Cephas. Brilliant save. It still comes back to Cephas. Here's Delana Barnes. Hugh Evans is still down. Ricardo Oldham to Lennox Russell. Here's Russell. Now to Zelana Barnes. Now to Wilson. A twisting and turning, goes down, looking for the call, doesn't get it. Hugh Evans is still on the turf. And McGregor heads this one to goalkeeper Damian Hyatt. And now Hugh Evans will be attended to. Been down for a while. It's maybe winded, and you saw the indication there from the medical personnel that a substitution is needed. And Hugh Evans just clutching his left hamstring there. So that's maybe a big concern for the home team, Tivoli Gardens. And he will have to be stretchered off. At the start of the contest, I did talk about Hugh Evans and his spell with injuries. Picked up a Harbour injury while playing for Harbour View a couple seasons ago, and just maybe not recovering sufficiently from it. And then he took some time off, and as you can see, based on his physique, really enjoyed that time off. And for his sake and for the sake of Tivoli Gardens, they will hope that he will not be out for any long period of time. And the fact that he's going off on the stretcher does suggest, as we look at the supporters here, does suggest that it's a pretty bad injury. Saw him clutching that left hamstring as he went down. So Tivoli Gardens has been forced into making us their third substitution. So Hugh Evans will be taken out. And in comes Marvin Stewart, the number 14. Just behind the goalkeeper. The supporters streaming out now. Last 10 minutes. They don't reckon that their team can get 3 goals in 10 minutes. That's if they are Tivoli Gardens supporters. This one is horribly headed back, but then Price was alert enough to put it behind for a goal kick. Well, it didn't go behind. It was kept in. Lucky enough for Tivoli Gardens, but that was a horrible mix-up between goalkeeper and defender just now. There's a free kick for Arnett Gardens. Jabor Johnson plays it over the top to Lennox Russell. And Russell trying to go by Ezra Simpson. And possession given up. Here's Paul Wilson to Delana Barnes. Back to Wilson. That's the number 10 for Arnett Gardens. He's asking for it. He's passing it. That was pretty firm for Zelarna Barnes. Throw it here for Tivoli Gardens. As all of a sudden you would think that there was a bomb scare here, because the supporters, they've certainly left in huge numbers. Here's a whistle on the play, and it's referee Kevin Morrison deemed that Radika Wellington caused the infringement on Paul Wilson. So it's a free kick to Arnett Gardens, dead center, almost as if they're kickoff. Ricardo Oldham, who has had a pretty tidy game in the middle of the park, to take this one, or rather leaves it to Paul Wilson. This one played over the top, heads go up, headed out by Barrington Price. Comes to Ronaldo Cephas, who is dispossessed. And Tivoli Gardens, they can't improve their team from here, because they've made their 3 substitutions. Here's Tevin Shaw, who again I say that has been the best player for Tivoli Gardens. That was a lovely pass, but then the shot towards goal was weak. It was off target. It was a lapse in concentration there, and a lovely pass to pick out Andre Moulton. And the number 23 just could not get it past Damien Hyatt in goal. And for the supporters, that was another indication that maybe they won't see a goal from the home team tonight. This is Jabor Johnson. Plays this one upfield. Ezra Simpson doesn't deal with it particularly well in the initial stage. Lennox Russell picks up possession. Not sure if he was going to go there, Lennox Russell, or was trying to play it in the box for Ronaldo Cephas. Oh, looks very speedy. He has gotten the better of Hugh Evans on a few occasions since coming on, before Evans was substituted and replaced by Marvin Stewart. This one kept in. No, it wasn't. Here is Renike Anderson, one of the Arnett Gardens substitutes. Another throw in for Arnett Gardens. The game has certainly dragged a bit in the last few minutes. Neither team having much goal-mouth action. There's Renike Anderson. Renike Anderson actually played here at Tivoli Gardens before going to Arnett Gardens. Won the Premier League title at Arnett Gardens. Renike Anderson, I believe, actually scored in the Premier League final last time Arnett Gardens won it. It's a ball played to the back post. Andre Moulton takes it down. This one booted downfield. And Tivoli Gardens giving up possession once again. Lennox Russell, who has gone down now, clutching his left hamstring. And Damien Hyatt, and the game is stopped now. My referee Kevin Morrison. 86 minutes now completed. And Lennox Russell, who, apart from Lamar Neal, you were to issue a Player of the Game award, he will definitely be in the reckoning at this stage for his opening goal and his contribution in this contest. Could definitely give it to Lennox Russell. And he too will be taken off on a stretcher. I'm not sure I've seen a signal by the Arnett Gardens medical staff for the bench to make a substitution, as was the case with Hugh Evans of Tivoli Gardens. There he is, Lennox Russell. Looks to be good. Just wanted the ride off the field. Getting some hydration before going on. Get him some medical attention as well. as play resumes. So Tivoli Gardens having played so poorly on the night, seen themselves down 3 goals from the first half. And even though they came out with a lot more purpose in the second half, just didn't get the goal. Tevin Shaw is hobbling a bit. Approaching the last 4.5 minutes. Tevin Shaw gives the possession to Lennox Russell and to Fabian Reed, who is dispossessed by Ezra Simpson. And now to Barrington Price. When these teams met in the first game of the first meeting of the 2018-19 season, as this is played through, Paul Wilson gives chase, won't get to it before Barrington Price. Is it to Watkins, who puts it downfield. When the two teams met for the first time this season at the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex, Arnett Gardens won through a goal from Marvin Morgan. Now Barrington Price, Tivoli Gardens actually won a penalty. And Barrington Price failed to convert from the spot, having converted a penalty the week before. No penalties here tonight. All 3 goals scored from the run of play. There's Barrington Price once more. Barrington Price actually played at Boys Town, left before they got relegated. Omar Edwards, who was the coach here, was the assistant coach at Boys Town when Barrington Price was there. And when he became the head coach of Tivoli Gardens, Barrington Price was one of his first substitutes, or first transfers. Here's Fabian Reed. And this one put out, Arnett Gardens through. So less than 2 minutes of regular time to play. And you reckon that you could very much get maybe 3 or 4 minutes of added time, because we've had quite a few stoppages in this second half. We've had the injury to Hugh Evans. We've also had the injury to Lennox Russell, who was taken off on the stretcher. And we've had substitutions from both teams. In fact, we've had 3 substitutions from both teams, making it 6. And I could very much get about 3 or 4 minutes. We're into the 90th minute now. And here's a chance for Arnett Gardens, and the layoff was very poor. Here's Wilson, can hit them from a distance, dispossessed. Fabian Reed trying to get possession from Junior McGregor. Was had little impact on the game since coming on. Only about 30 seconds left of regular time. The assistant, of course, will indicate how many minutes are added, if any. I reckon we could very much get 3 or 4 minutes. It's Tivoli Gardens, they need 3 or 4 goals. There's Radika Wellington trying to go by Ricardo Oldham. Now to Junior McGregor. Back to Radika Wellington, but Ramon McGregor was there. And it's a corner kick because referee Kevin Morrison said it came last off the Arnett Gardens defender. So 4 minutes will be added. I got it right. I did say 3 or 4. And here's a corner kick for the Tivoli Gardens team. McGregor will take it inside the area. Heads go up. It wasn't dealt with. Ezra Simpson gets to it. And then goalkeeper Damian Hyatt smothers it. Eats off a few more seconds off the clock here. Damian Hyatt, who, without wasting time, is not the quickest person anyway. As Paul Wilson has added some calm to the Arnett Gardens midfield since coming on. Here he is, gives up possession now though to Tevin Shaw. Here's a lovely ball to Junior McGregor, who gets by his marker, and I thought he should have done better. Give Reniki Anderson credit though. He stuck with him. Here's Fabian Reed with some of the players. Williams went right through Reed to Arnett Garnes with a free kick. Continue to lead by 3-0 again. It's not yet the end of the game, but I just want to say thanks to those who are watching on Island Sports Network and Jamaica National Premier League. Here's Lennox Russell, who scored the first goal. Here now is Ricardo Oldham, the captain of Arnett Gardens. And is this one over the top? And it's Cephas. Lays it off. And then Tivoli Gardens fighting to clear their lines. And goalkeeper Watkins comes and collects it. So we're pretty much now into the last 60 seconds. Well, not the last 60 seconds. We have a little bit more than 60 seconds. We have 120 seconds or so. 4 minutes were added, remember. The ball played over the top. Cephas will give chase. He's pretty quick. Ronaldo Cephas lays it off now to Zelarna Barnes, who could take a shot. Zelarna Barnes, and gives it to Russell. And the less said about that, the better. And it will be a goal kick for Tivoli Gardens. I want to take this quickly, not to say they will get 3 goals in the remaining minute and 20 seconds. And a consolation goal will do well for them. The last time Arnett Gardens scored 3 goals in a game, well, tell you what, didn't even get to 3 minutes, but referee Kevin Morrison, like most of the supporters here, has seen enough of this contest. So at the end of it, goals from Lennox Russell in the 25th minute, then Fabian Reed in minute 30, and then the third goal coming just before the halftime break by Nicholas Martin has given Arnett Gardens a 3-0 win here over Tivoli Gardens, the home team. And with those 3 goals and those 3 points, Arnett Gardens will move closer to cementing their spot in the top 6. And again, this is the final game of today's group of games. On Monday night, it will be Waterhouse up against Humble Lion. So in other games today, Portmore United beating Cavalier by 1-0. It was 3-3 between Montego Bay United and Harborview. It was 2-2 between UWIFC and FC Reno. And then Mount Pleasant Football Academy getting the better of Dumber-Holden in the battle of the promoted teams by 2-1. And that was played on the Royal Lakes playfield. But here at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex, it is Arnett Gardens 3, Tivoli Gardens 0. And the Waterhouse Humble Lion game will be live and exclusively on the website at Island Sports Network. You can watch that. You can also watch it on the app as well. You can download it on your Androids and your iPhones, so you can catch that live tomorrow night. It starts at 8:35. Waterhouse looking to put some pressure on Portmore United, and Humble Lion looking to make the top 6. Again, we hope you enjoyed our coverage here of this contest between Arnett Gardens and Tivoli Gardens. At the end of it, the Junglists came away 3-0 winners. We hope you enjoy the coverage from here, the Edward Seaga Sports Complex. Say goodbye.
Tivoli plays next Sunday.
Next Sunday? No.
Yeah. I don't think you're. I'm not going to be Tivoli.
It's difficult.
This is too much. Yeah, that was hard. And I still need to get. I got a cameraman starting next week. I'm going to push them out to put this off again. Because it gets stressing, right? It's like my 3rd day in a row doing it, and I have to run the business.
Yeah, so.
Colin Spring isn't so bad. You get a few kids coming over. This is just like crowds.
Yeah. Constant Spring. Not a lot of persons travel to Constant Spring.
Yeah. But thank you for your help today.